Well, good evening and welcome to Mulaney Gym here inside Alumni Hall on the campus of Providence College as the Providence College Friars get set to take on the Georgetown Hoyas in Big East women's basketball action. The Friars, coming off a tough road trip taking on nationally ranked Marquette and DePaul, find themselves at 0-2 in the Big East Conference, whereas on the other side, Georgetown at 1-1 in the middle of the pack, but looking to pick up one of those very valuable road wins here tonight. I'm Mike Mancuso, joined tonight by Pam Roker. And Pam, this one really sets itself up as an interesting game for multiple reasons. But one, the Friars, this has been a team that has really dogged them the last couple of years in Georgetown.
Yeah, you're right. It's been a lopsided rivalry. The Hoyas have won the last 6 contests. But you have the feeling when you talk to Coach Crowley, they're ready to start having some home court dominance. And you have the feeling that he feels with his influx of new talent and the combination with the veteran leadership that they're going to be in a much more competitive situation tonight.
Absolutely. And when you look at this Georgetown team, the one player that absolutely jumps right off the page has to be the reigning National Player of the Week, Deanna White.
National Player of the Week, preseason first teamer. I tell you what, this young lady, Coach Howard said she's got a big heart and a big motor. She leads the Hoyas in minutes, points, steals, rebounding, and assists. She's an exciting guard, and I can't wait to see her in action tonight.
And she does it all at just 5'5". On the other side of the floor for the Friars, they've been led by one of their senior leaders, Yo-Yo Nogic.
Yo-Yo Nogic, she's fun to watch play. She's rewriting the Friars record books. She's moved up to 9th place all-time scoring, passing 9 people already this year, Mike. She also leads the Friars in steals. She's a crafty offensive player. She needs to put the ball in the basket for Providence to have a chance to win this basketball game.
Yeah, and the deadliest three-point shooter in Providence college history as well. So we will have the starting lineup and the opening tip coming your way right here on Fox Go, presented by SoFi.
It's time to fuel your ambitions by taking charge of your student debt. At SoFi, we've helped over 250,000 people refinance their student loans, saving thousands of dollars. Now you can pay off your student loans faster and reach your goals sooner. See how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/save. It's time to fuel your ambitions by taking charge of your student debt. At SoFi, we've helped over 250,000 people refinance their student loans, saving thousands of dollars. Now you can pay off your student loans faster and reach your goals sooner. See how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/save.
And we welcome you back inside Mulaney Gym here on the campus of Providence College as we get set for the opening tip. Hoyas and Friars. The Friars in their Big East home opener after that tough road trip against 2 nationally ranked opponents.
Yeah, top 20 teams. Coach Crowley said it was an eye-opening experience, especially for his young kids.
The Friars go to work early and get it to Olivia Orlando, and she's fouled on the way up, and we'll have a trip to the free throw line just 5 seconds into the game.
Good attack mentality early, right off the jump ball.
The foul is going to go against Anita Kutalava. Her first personal. And Orlando will get the Friars on the board early on. Olivia Orlando for the season. Hovering around 53%, but looking pretty good there on those free throws.
I'll tell you what a great story. This sophomore really having a breakout year. She's healthy. She came back in great condition, really producing for the Friars.
Georgetown able to get on the inside through Dorothy Adamako. You know, and that's a player, a grad student now, missed all of last season, but someone that Coach James Howard is certainly glad to have back in the lineup.
Yeah, he said she's really trying to find her way, get the fit, get the chemistry back. She looked good on that take.
And you talked about Coach Crowley enjoying this influx of freshmen. There's one of them, Mary Baskerville, the Big East Freshman of the Week about 2 weeks ago, and you can see why.
I'll tell you what, she's really started to emerge over the last 3 games.
Adamako showing she can do it on the inside and the That's all 5 of Georgetown's points early on.
How about this, Mike? 2 of the best defensive teams in the league coming out red hot, both ends on offense.
A little bit shocking, too, as these have been 2 of the teams in the league struggling on offense, coming ranked 9th and 10th in the Big East, as we're going to have another foul on the Hoyas. And that is a big one, actually. That's going to be the 2nd personal on Anita Kelava. The junior transfer from Maine sat out all of last year, but has seen a significant amount of playing time this year for Coach Howard.
Yeah, she's got experience. She's on the Croatian national team. And you're right, that's a big loss with the 2 early fouls.
See how the Friars attack this time. Chanel Williams leaves it for Orlando. Quick rotation. Nogic will kick it back out. Friars with good ball movement here early on. Up top, Nogic, that quick release. Off the mark that time, and the rebound goes to Adamako.
Yeah, Coach Crowley going to be happy with that possession. He said we're at our very best when we're moving the basketball with the pass. That time, great tempo.
And the Friars getting it done on the defensive end as well, as they were able to draw an offensive foul on the Hoyas.
Yeah, and both these teams stingy on defense. Both of their foundations are set on that defensive side of the ball. They take a great deal of pride in the effort. Really stingy, contesting every shot. This should be a great battle tonight.
The foul was charged to Brianna Mayfield of the Hoyas. Their 3rd team foul already, less than 2 minutes in. Friars going to work. Baseline, here's Jolin. Little hesitation off the glass, no good. And Adamako there to haul in the rebound.
How about Adamako? She's a walking stat line, Mike. Only the 4th Hoya player in history with 1,000 points, 500 rebounds, and she just earned her 100th block last weekend. A great all-around player who came out active tonight.
Yeah, certainly has all the Hoyas points up to this point. A couple of rebounds as well. On the miss, here come the Friars in transition. Nogic for 3. That one's off the mark. Baskerville, though, fighting for that rebound, and the Friars will reset.
Great instincts. Coach Crowley and staff so high on their rookie.
Chanel Williams getting a little bit out of control, turns it over that time. As the Hoyas then turn it over on the other end. Deanna White, the rare turnover, as one of her teammates fell down in that far corner. I believe it was Brianna Jones.
Yeah, Yo-Yo Nogic leads the Friars in steals.
Jolin for 3. That one rattles out, and an easy rebound for White.
Different tempo than we expected so far.
Both teams coming out just
up
shooting.
And down.
Very short possessions for both teams so far. And you mentioned how tempo would be a factor here tonight. Both teams trying to impose their will. They love to get up in transition when they can.
Absolutely.
Here's Baskerville, tied up by White. Friars, though, able to maintain possession. Nogic, another good look for 3, and that one just won't fall.
Tell you what, the Friars have had some great looks, but they've had tremendous spacing, and again, great flow offensively. This is something Coach Crowley talked to us about in the phone interview this weekend, about trying to really move the basketball, and they've got to step up and make those shots.
Yeah, he knew that they would have to score more than they have been, especially when it comes to Big East play, where they are under 60 points per game. An area of concern coming into tonight.
And he actually said they had some great shots at DePaul and at Marquette. Those teams forced them to play a little bit quicker than normal, but they had looks, and they've got to be able to knock them down.
So it'll be Georgetown ball with 11 seconds on the shot clock. This is probably the deepest possession for either team here in the early part of this first quarter. Here's Venson from the outside. That one a little bit short. Baskerville able to tip it to herself and gets the transition going through Nogic.
My first look at Baskerville, she's long, she's got great hands, good instincts, the ability to tip the basketball, keep it alive. She chases the ball.
And it's been her footwork that's really been improving over the course of the season as well. As you know, a couple of those early games was picking up some foul trouble. Certainly done a better job of avoiding that. Orlando on the inside brings it back out. Jolin forces a tough shot. Can't get it to go, and here comes Georgetown with White.
That was great help side defense by Georgetown. 3 blue uniforms collapsing on the basketball.
White taking matters into her own hands, drawing the foul against Chanel Williams, a member of last year's Big East all-rookie team, and really kind of the motor for this Providence offense.
Deanna White has the basketball in her hands so often. Not much on that foul, but you've got to keep yourself between Chanel, the Deanna White and the basket.
So fresh 30 for the Hoyas as we're approaching the midway point of this first quarter. A near errant pass, but Adamako able to handle it. She'll reset it up top for Morgan Smith. And now White, the playmaker. Adamako on the outside has already shown some range tonight and does it again.
I'll tell you what, that was good patience.
So right now, it's Adamako 7, Providence 4.
Yeah, she realized the defender gave her a step on the play. Good recognition.
Williams now trying to get something going here, working on the perimeter. Skips it over for Orlando, back for Webb, who's checked in. Another one of those talented freshmen for Coach Crowley. No gets a little fadeaway that time and gets it to drop in.
Yeah, she really worked hard on that ability to put the ball on the floor. Not to go all the way to the rim, but just clear herself with that dribble. That was a good use. Really created some space to get her really textbook jump shot off.
Oh, and talking to Coach Crowley tonight, felt that Nogic would have to do maybe a little bit more on her own to generate some offense besides just spotting up on the perimeter. A miss from the Hoyas, and the Friars now a chance to take their first lead of the game.
Well, Nogic has to work every trip, right? The target's been on her back. She's identified as one of the best scorers in the league. Preseason first teamer. You see that quick look for a 3. That's a high percentage shot for Yo-Yo.
Comes up empty on that trip due the Friars. White now will reset the offense for Georgetown, going right at Williams. Can't get it to fall, and here comes Providence through Williams. Over for Webb, who's a deadly three-point shooter in her own right. Orlando makes her way on the inside off the glass.
I'll tell you what, Liv Orlando, that was a great look. She recognized Georgetown a little bit slow in transition. Great attack mentality out of the sophomore.
Already down to under 4 minutes here in the first quarter. Friars with their first lead of the game. Here's Deanna White. On the inside has Smith. Won't fall, but Baskerville couldn't handle the rebound. Smith gets in some trouble and then is able to draw the foul and will be heading to the line, shooting 2. And they're going to charge that foul to Mary Baskerville.
Yeah, fouls have been her Achilles heel. They need her to stay out of trouble and stay on the court.
So we'll have some free throws and we return. You are watching the Big East on Fox Go, presented by SoFi.
It's time to fuel your ambitions by taking charge of your student debt. At SoFi, we've helped over 250,000 people refinance their student loans, saving thousands of dollars. Now you can pay off your student loans faster and reach your goals sooner. See how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/save.
Divine Providence. It's a reason why Providence is making that trajectory toward greatness.
If we get you on this campus and you just walk around for an hour or so, you're going to feel something that's qualitatively different.
Providence College is a place that has helped people think, thrive, and achieve. Divine Providence is right here. Open your eyes.
It's time to fuel your ambitions by taking charge of your student debt. At SoFi, we've helped over 250,000 people refinance their student loans, saving thousands of dollars. Now you can pay off your student loans faster and reach your goals sooner. See how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/save.
And welcome back to Alumni Hall here in Providence. The Friars out to an early 8-7 lead over the Hoyas, and a pretty important game here for Providence tonight.
Well, you want to win at home, and you try to split on the road. So the Hoyas certainly looking to get in that win column. We saw the overall standings, and you mentioned it. They want to establish some home court dominance, and they certainly want to crack the seal on what's been, like we said, a lopsided rivalry with the Hoyas dominating this matchup.
Well, it's certainly, I think, the road trip that other teams in the Big East hate the most, where they have to come to Providence and then fly across country back to Creighton. But for Coach Crowley and his squad here tonight, enjoying some home cooking, and so far, things panning out according to plan, I think. Yeah,
it's a good start for both teams. Foul trouble we're going to keep an eye on. Both teams blistering hot early, have gone a little bit colder from the field. I think both coaching staffs are going to be pretty happy with the intensity. And certainly we're starting to see that defensive foundation and effort starting to emerge in this basketball game.
So out of the break, it's Morgan Smith, the junior from Upper Marlboro, Maryland, 70% free throw shooter on the season, coming in. Splits a pair there to tie things up at 8. The Friars have brought in Alyssa Geary, another one of those talented freshmen, along with Andrea Cooper, Maddie Jolin back in, and Clara Che, who's been limited in action this season due to the emergence of some of these freshmen.
Yeah, that depth is going to be so important. Playing in that Friday-Sunday format, the ability for Coach Crowley to go a little bit deeper into his bench is going to be so important, certainly tonight and for the long haul.
In particular, to try to find someone who could score. That has been an issue, trying to find someone off the bench sometimes for the Friars. They turn it over without getting a shot, and now a chance for the Hoyas from downtown, and knocking it down, Nikola Kovachikova able to hit.
Well, Coach Howard mentioned her to us, said she can really be a difference maker. We saw the great range, and that was a good look, a little inside-out basketball.
Freshman from Slovakia. Here's Maddie Jolin for 3, and she can't connect that time. Easy rebound handled by Tayana Jones. As both teams going a little bit deeper onto the bench early here in the first quarter. Another 3-ball on the way. That one won't fall for Smith. Jolin fighting for the rebound, but has it deflect out of bounds. Friars will get Chanel Williams back in, as Coach Crowley has a conversation with Kayla Webb. Kovachikova now will whip it over to White. White, one of 5 captains on this team for the Hoyas. They pound it on the inside, but we're going to have a travel on Shania Wright. Another turnover on Georgetown.
Yeah, interesting. We talked to James Howard about that. It was really interesting, the mix. Some are more verbal captains, some are quiet leaders by example, some really connect the team to the entire Georgetown community. So everybody has a role, but a little bit unusual to have 5 captains, but what a great opportunity not only for the veterans, but you'll have some underclassmen coming back in that same role.
Well, and one of the rarities you'll see sometimes in college hoops, the ball getting stuck. That offering from Clara Che, as our trusty sweeper comes out to knock the ball free.
I was kind of hoping somebody was going to jump up and do it.
I thought you were going to jump out there and show your vertical.
I was letting you do it.
So after all that, it'll be Georgetown ball. Great work by the staff here at Mulaney Gym in Providence. Kovachikova now will work it up the floor against Williams. Slides it over for White, who now matches up with Jolin. Here's Jones now on the perimeter. Turns it over as Geary was able to alter her dribble.
Yeah, Geary. Perimeter defense for the 6'4" freshman. Nice job.
Freshman Twin Towers, Baskerville, and Geary. And we're going to have a foul here on the Hoyas with 1:42 left in the first quarter.
Yeah, Maddie Jolin is so much fun to watch play. She's creative offensively. She's tough. She's scrappy. She really does all the intangibles and tangibles for this Friar squad.
So the foul was charged to Morgan Smith, the 4th on the Hoyas here in the first quarter. Williams picked up her foot and will get called for the travel. Is just thinking a little bit too fast.
I'll tell you what, that's a great matchup though. White and Williams has to be 2 of the quickest guards in the league. Williams is going to get another break. Talk to Coach Crowley. really working on her being more of a facilitator and picking and choosing her moments offensively, but just a sophomore who had, what a great impact she had on the team last year in her freshman campaign.
Absolutely. Here's Deanna White now matching up against Jolin again. It'll fade away off the glass and gets that one to rattle in.
I mean, not much you can do. Maddie Jolin, great defense, had her hands straight up. That's all individual offense by the senior.
And another foul, though, defensively on the Hoyas. This will be their fifth, so it'll be free throws coming up for the Friars. Looks like it's going to be charged to Nikola Kovachikova. That is her first of the night. Maddie Jolin at the line, one of the better free throw shooters for the Friars.
Yeah, had a good game against DePaul the last time, too, Mike. I know you have the stats in front of you, 7 assists. Again, the ability to really be an all-around player, do a little bit of everything for this Friar squad.
And Jolin an opportunity to reach 1,000 points for her career. She needs to average about 9.5 points per game the rest of the way out. Missed a couple of games right before the Christmas holidays. Did not play in the last 2 games of the Friar Holiday Classic they had hosted with Pepperdine, Northern Kentucky, and LaSalle. Friars winning all 3 games in that tournament.
It was a good non-conference campaign with the Friars posting 8 wins.
Hoyas stymied on the offensive end again. That time, Tayana Jones coming up short with her shot.
And when you look at the progress, and we know this, right? Coach Crowley and his staff have a plan. They've changed the culture. They talked about Maddie Jolin being a big part of that as a leader. But 8 wins already, only 10 wins the entire season last year. So you can see the progress. You can see this system working.
Nice move to the lane that time by Gary, who just couldn't get the ball to roll through. The Hoyas now with about a 2-second differential shot clock and game clock here as the first quarter winds down in Providence. Morgan Smith, as the Hoyas will rotate it around the perimeter. Kovachikova now makes her move off the glass, too strong, and a chance now for the Friars. Che down to 6 seconds left. As it for Erlette Scott, here's Geary, who does have 3-point range, banks it home, and ties things up at the end of the first quarter. The bench ecstatic with that finish.
Well, she's shooting 52% from beyond the 3-point line, but I don't think she called backboard on that one, but certainly a great boost coming into the quarter.
So 10 minutes in the books. We're all knotted up at 13. We'll be back with more from here in Providence on Fox Go, presented by SoFi.
It's time to fuel your ambitions by taking charge of your student debt. At SoFi, we've helped over 250,000 people refinance their student loans, saving thousands of dollars. Now you can pay off your student loans faster and reach your goals sooner. See how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/save.
Divine Providence. It's a reason why Providence is making that trajectory toward greatness.
If we get you on this campus and you just walk around for an hour or so, you're going to feel something that's qualitatively different.
Providence College is a place that has helped people think, thrive, and achieve. Divine Providence is right here. Open your eyes.
It's time to fuel your ambitions by taking charge of your student debt. At SoFi, we've helped over 250,000 people refinance their student loans, saving thousands of dollars. Now you can pay off your student loans faster and reach your goals sooner. See how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/save.
And welcome back once again to Mulaney Gym here inside Alumni Hall in Providence. 10 minutes in the books, and now it's time to introduce the third member of our team here, Thomas Zinzarella, who has an interesting feature on some Georgetown people.
Thank you. We got a really cool story down here between a former student manager at Georgetown and two of the players, Deanna White and Marvelous Osagi-Arisi. Now, the former manager is a teacher here for Teach for America, and so they're named the classroom Georgetown, and there's two of the players, as mentioned before, Deanna White and Marvelous Osagi-Arisi, who are pen pals with two children of second graders. They're actually here in attendance today.
Yeah, fun story there as, as the former manager of the team, Summer Choate, class of 17 from Georgetown, who was able to establish this program and really get some kids connected from Providence with some of her old friends back at Georgetown.
Yeah, Danielle and Destiny, the twins that are the pen pals, were here yesterday at practice, but this young lady matched up every student in her classroom with another Georgetown student based on the sport. What a great opportunity for some role modeling. Great job, Summer Choate.
So the Friars now, based on back-to-back threes, have built their largest lead of the night, 16-13, as Maddie Jolin came out guns a-blazing here in the second quarter. Georgetown trying to answer on the perimeter, and things not quite going the Hoyas' way. They pick up another foul, this one on the rebound attempt. And it's going to go against Shania Wright, the freshman out of Brooklyn.
Yeah, I'm impressed with the rebounding. That time Cooper with great position. The Friars coming off of 3 consecutive 40-plus rebounding games. They really have to do it by committee, but that's going to be a big key in this contest. Can they hold Georgetown to 1 shot each trip?
So the Friars trying to keep things going on the offensive end. A pair of freshmen out there with a pair of seniors and a sophomore. Jolin can't connect from the paint.
Well, Vincent, good defense, very physical with Jolin.
Here's White from the outside, and that one falls a little bit short. And an offensive board for the Hoyas and a foul against Providence. This one is going to go against Andrea Cooper, the sophomore from Edmond, Oklahoma.
Yeah, you saw Deanna White with a good look. It's a big win for the Friars. They held White to only 2 points that first quarter. This is a young lady that has scored an average of 16 points a game her entire career, Mike. Coming up on 1,700. Friars have her number so far this evening.
Well, they held Vincent scoreless as well. She averages 12.5 per game. There we see what Dorothy Adamaco could do. Yeah. Again, she's done it offensively already with 7 points, and now another block.
Well, Coach Howard talked about it. Those are really the big three. You named them. Vincent, White, and Adamaco, and Coach Howard is looking for some other balance, right? Some other weapons to step up.
Well, he said the interesting thing about the re-addition of Adamaco into the lineup this year after missing last year is finding that chemistry and trying to get enough shots for all the big players to get theirs. You know, it's tough when you have players each averaging 14, 15 points a game, and then to get them working with the other players off the bench. So
yeah, both coaches talked about finding that flow, right? One talked about it more in terms of sharing the basketball, trusting each other. Coach Crowley talked about it more in terms of limiting the dribble, moving the basketball off the pass, having good tempo in the half court. Still early in the season and a lot to work on, but you can certainly see the potential in both of these squads.
So the Friars with their 4th turnover of the night due to a 3-second violation in the lane. Hoyas now trying to battle back. Adamaco going to work, can't convert. Baskerville the rebound, and now Erlette Scott pushes the pace. Nogic. And the handoff for Jolin. Jolin directing traffic, trying to get the right spacing. Baskerville now. We'll leave it for Scott. She penetrates inside, trying with a scoop shot. Adamaco thought she had another block, but instead she gets called for her first foul of the night.
Yeah, Mayfield had help side positioning. 6'5", sophomore, and kind of stepped out of the way, created that lane. Nobody stopped Scott, so she just kept going to the rim.
And Scott, a freshman out of Brooklyn, New York, a 73% free throw shooter on the season, and really gives the Friars a different look from the point when you compare her to their normal starting point guard, Chanel Williams. Williams, small, quick, elusive. Scott, a little bit stronger. Still got good pace, but definitely a different look from a point guard position.
Yeah, it's a great compliment. Scott's at about 18 minutes a game. She's an inside the arc player, has that mid-range game, But you're absolutely right. It's a nice complement, contrasting styles, but it gives Coach Crowley some flexibility at that position.
Here's White trying to get inside, won't go. Adamako, though, keeping the possession alive. Another offensive board for her, and draw some contact in the lane. Adamako really playing some nice basketball here tonight.
33 minutes a game. You can see her intensity level. She's come out in this game very aggressive, especially on the offensive end.
So the foul will get charged to Erlette Scott. That is her first personal of the night. Second team foul here in the second quarter for the Friars. Adamako a little bit short on that one. Comes in shooting 71% from the line, so she has been able to get it done.
Yeah, and she's chasing 1,400 career points. So this is a young lady that can put the ball in the basket pretty consistently as well.
Before missing all of last year, was second team All Big East in 2016 and honorable mention in 2017. So has been amongst the conference elite when she's been in the lineup over the past few seasons.
Yeah, no question. 13 double-doubles in her career.
Here's Nogic from the outside. Nogic still struggling to find that range here tonight.
Friars doing a good job. Friars doing a good job in defensive transition. Nothing easy for the Hoyas. You saw everybody getting back. Of course, you give up some offensive rebounding capability when you commit to getting back.
But that is where the Friars are at their best, when they are able to really challenge and make their opponents work for their shots, get back, don't allow that transition to get going. That's where they've had the most success this season. Nogic now, will dump it inside. Baskerville trying to skip it across for Geary, but that one deflected out of play. A couple of changes. Kira Spiewak making her first appearance of the night for the Friars, along with Olivia Orlando. And back in for Georgetown, it'll be Morgan Smith. Spiewak for Scott. He matches up against Smith. Nogic way outside right now, matched up with White this time, trying to use a screen from Baskerville. Nogic, little dump on the inside for Orlando, but might have shuffled the feet, and indeed she did.
I'll tell you what, that was a great look by Nogic. You know, she's an outstanding scorer, but she's very unselfish with the basketball. A little dump pass. Orlando just a little bit overly excited with the shuffle.
Hoyas now trying to cut into this 4-point deficit. They go to Adamako. On the inside, took Scott, got to where she needed to go, but just couldn't get it to go in.
Yeah, Hoyas having some trouble finishing. They're getting looks.
Friars trying to really get the transition going. A hard fall for Mary Baskerville, but a good sign. She pops right back up.
Tell you what, she can run the floor. You can see why they're so excited about her future. 6'3", has to be emerging as one of the top rookies in the Big East, coming off the Freshman of the Week.
Yep, led the team in scoring against DePaul, 17 points in the last outing. And the Hoyas climb a little bit closer, making it a 2-point game. Approaching the midpoint now of this second quarter. Baskerville on the outside, and a zig instead of a zag. It might be a turnover, indeed it will. And Deanna White will coast in for the easy hoop.
Yeah, easiest bucket of the game. Little miscommunication. They thought Nogic was going to flare. She ended up curling. No safety back. Easiest bucket for White.
Spiewak now on the perimeter. Able to deliver it for Nogic, and now Orlando. Scott. Down to 10 on the shot clock now for the Friars. Inside they go to Baskerville. A little turnaround jumper, and that one left short. A loose ball into the hands of Adamako. Quickly ahead for Smith, where she's fouled by Scott. Almost got the and one, but we'll have to settle for 2 free throws.
And that's how the Hoyas want to play. They want to dig out the rebound, get the ball, and go.
So when we return, it'll be the Hoyas at the line once again. Friars and Hoyas knotted up at 18. We'll be back with more Big East basketball here on Fox Go, presented by SoFi.
It's time to fuel your ambitions by taking charge of your student debt. At SoFi, we've helped over 250,000 people refinance their student loans, saving thousands of dollars. Now you can pay off your student loans faster and reach your goals sooner. See how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/save. It's time to fuel your ambitions by taking charge of your student debt. At SoFi, we've helped over 250,000 people refinance their student loans, saving thousands of dollars. Now you can pay off your student loans faster and reach your goals sooner. See how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/save.
And we welcome you back once again to Alumni Hall. Mike Mancuso alongside Pam Roker. And Pam, we've had a chance to look at some of the stats now early on with about 4.5 minutes left here in the second. And what really stands out to you at this point in the game?
Yeah, one of the things we're going to keep an eye on are the turnovers. 7 Providence miscues have led to 9 points for the Hoyas. Providence has not been able to capitalize on the 5 turnovers by Georgetown, but this has been an Achilles heel for Providence. They're averaging 16 turnovers a game. They've got to be able to take care of the basketball, especially in uncontested situations.
Well, especially with 2 so defensive-minded teams. And a game that obviously points hard to come by, 18 by each right now, nearly almost past the halfway point of the second quarter. So looks like it'll prove to be another low-scoring affair here in Providence tonight, unless one of these teams really starts lighting it up. But we return now to Morgan Smith at the line, shooting 2. She's 1 for 2 already on the night.
Well, we mentioned both these teams. They score at a clip of 9 and 10th in the league. They only average 61 points a game each. So they're on pace for that average. But both teams really struggling shooting the basketball. Georgetown shooting at 30%, Providence only 25% from the field.
And it's not that big a surprise considering how good these teams are defensively.
That's right.
I mean, that's when they're playing at their best, both of them on the defensive end. Here's Nogic trying to get something off the dribble, won't go. Deanna White now quickly the other way. Spiewak trying to keep pace, can't quite do it. White the hoop and 1. She'll head to the line for a chance at the old-fashioned three-point play.
Well, a more concerning, Baskerville getting up a little gimpy on that. Tough matchup.
Yeah, hard to see what happened to Baskerville at the tail end of that.
White so quick with the ball. The senior, such a big part of the Georgetown success.
Amazing, almost had a quadruple double against Xavier. 24 points, 12 rebounds, 7 assists, and 7 steals last weekend. That's what certainly helped make her the National Player of the Week, including the Big East Player of the Week as well.
Well, she's a big key, right? A big reason the Hoyas able to go to 3 WNITs in a row. They finished 16 and 16 last year.
Slick ball movement there by the Friars, but the glass not slick enough as it gets stuck for the second time tonight, this time on the opposite end of the basket. Putting our trusty court sweeper to work once again. And Georgetown now an opportunity to build on their 2-point lead. Had a couple of lead changes already, 5 to be exact. Adamako going to work with that high dribble. Vinson, who's still scoreless on the night. Looks inside for Adamako, going right at Jolin. Nice move, but didn't get the hoop. However, draws some more contact, this time with Andrea Cooper.
Dorothy Adamako, such a quick jumper. She stayed with that play the whole time. Missed the first shot and had that second put back. earning herself, second chance points. So you're talking about a game where you're struggling for points. That kind of effort can make a huge difference, but you've got to capitalize at the stripe.
So the Friars now with 5 team fouls. That means Georgetown shooting 2 the rest of the way here in the second quarter. And Coach Crowley will get Alyssa Geary back into the game, the freshman out of Elmhurst, Illinois. Second one from Adamako is good, so she splits the pair and puts Georgetown up by 3. Chanel Williams, who's had a lengthy stay on the bench, back out there now for the Friars. Directing traffic and calling out the play. Stared down loosely by White. Jolin now trying to go baseline and again draws some contact.
21 great seconds of defense. Vincent just a little bit too physical with Maddie Jolin on her way to the basket.
You gotta wonder how frustrating this game has been for her thus far. Not used to being scoreless this deep into a game, I would imagine. And Benson was a transfer out of Virginia, sat out the 2016-17 season. Was a member of the ACC's all-freshman team back in 2015, and certainly was a nice pickup for this Hoya program.
Yeah, and another 1,000-point-plus scorer, 837 of those for the Cavaliers.
Deanna White kind of strolling down the lane that time and drew the contact, avoided the travel, and will have a chance to complete a 3-point play.
There's another look. White, part of that veteran. Georgetown is one of the more veteran teams in the league. You mentioned the 2 transfers, the grad students. White that time with a trip to the basket.
And the Friars here putting up only 6 points in the quarter. And now fallen behind by 5. Kayla Webb back in now for Providence to run the point. Jolin on the outside, leaves it for Nogic. Good look for 3, and there it is.
I love to watch Nogic move without the basketball. That time, that's so hard, Mike. You're running full speed the opposite direction, and she's able to get her feet set so quickly, and with the quick release, that's just beautiful to watch. No surprise, nobody shot it better from beyond the arc than Yo-Yo Nogic in Providence history. And
for Coach Crowley and the Friar staff, they hope that maybe that's the basket that'll get Nogic rolling along here on the offensive end. Here's White to step back, puts it up, and leaves it short of the rim. Fight for the rebound goes the Friars' way as Nogic now pulls away from the pack. Nogic for Jolin. Was thinking 3, now back to Nogic. She'll drive the lane, little scoop pass for Orlando, and last touched by the Friars. And the Friars maybe getting a little helter-skelter there on that possession. Looks like they wanted Jolin at first for that 3-point attempt, and then Nogic was set up as well, but they tried to work it inside, and things just got away from them.
Now the senior Nogic has seen every style of defense imaginable. Good read defensively.
Leads the team in steals, does Nogic. Now finds Orlando again, and that one falls in.
I'll tell you what, you can see that Nogic to Orlando connection. That time they were able to finish the play, but Nogic, a great passer. We know she leads the team in steals. She rebounded that basketball and started the play. She's doing it all for Coach Crowley and the Friars. Just fun to watch. Just a great all-around player.
Adamako back for Vincent. Now Adamako for Vincent again. They kick it out for White. 3-point land. That one won't go. Oh, strong rebound that time. Wow. Shania Wright was out-muscling Geary and company on the inside.
Tell you what, Coach Howard called it. He said she could have an impact. She can really finish and rebound. That was almost verbatim. That's exactly what she did. And you're right, just the ability to power through.
And she has really seen her minutes increase when it's come to Big East play, averaging about 8 minutes per game, but in Big East contests, 14 a game now.
Yeah, and shooting 56% from the floor. So if she's getting looks like that with the strength on the putbacks, no wonder she's so efficient around the rim.
And she's just a freshman. And now Nogic back to work with Jolin. Stifling defense on the perimeter by the Hoyas. Orlando got in a little trouble. Now the kick out for Nogic. Under 10 on the shot clock now as we approach about a minute left here in the quarter.
Mismatch.
Try to force it to Geary, and a hard tumble into the side railing. And the referees are going to have to decide, did possession change, which would have reset the shot clock?
That's a big call.
Or was right out of bounds? I think they're going to say possession did change over, so it will be Providence ball with 29 on the shot clock.
Yeah, they're going to say Shania Wright did have possession. Great hustle. Tough break for Georgetown.
Kayla Webb now, as the Friars with the fresh 30 seconds to work with. Webb got herself in some trouble. Nice cut by Jolin, but couldn't handle the pass.
Well, that's good. That's good offense, though, right? When you're playing a team that's scrambling and overplaying, Georgetown very aggressive right now on the defensive end. The idea was there, just a little bit too deep, and the recognition of that cut just a little bit too late.
So timeout called by the Hoyas, realizing that this could be a key point in the game heading into the half. And obviously, you don't take the timeout, you lose it. So you might as well cook something up with under a minute to play. We will keep it here and talk things over. But, you know, if you're Georgetown right now, you've obviously been struggling a little bit from the field here tonight, just 10 of 30. What do you think Coach Howard's telling his team in that huddle?
Well, they're going to want to build some momentum. They're going to want to have a great offensive series right here, really have some good execution, and definitely stop Providence from scoring. But the setup, I think, for the rest of the game, Mike, is this game has that feel, doesn't it? That's a possession by possession. We talked about hustle plays, second chance opportunities, converting free throws, making good defensive decisions and stops. I think it's really going to be a chess match the rest of the way.
I'll be curious to see if they perhaps cook up something for Venson, who's still been held scoreless to this point. I'm sure that Georgetown would like to get her going before the half.
We got the rookie Webb on White. Let's keep an eye on that matchup.
And Georgetown content to work it to White. Venson now.
He's got the switch.
White once again as they approach 10 seconds on the shot clock, and a quick little deflection from Maddie Jolin, but it'll stay with Georgetown.
Yeah, good versatility out of Providence. They're able to switch on any exchange. You've got to rely on great communication when that happens.
Venson now puts up the jumper, and there it is.
Yeah, you called it. A little bit too much room.
The Friars now have a chance to hold for the final shot of the quarter, and we've seen Kayla Webb step up and hit a couple of these shots at the end of halves, games, and quarters over the course of this season here at Alumni Hall. Can she do it again? Friars will space out the floor on the perimeter with Scott on the handle, leaving it for Webb. Webb, the freshman, a little jumper, and that one is good. And her trademark shot now. So both teams making me look like a genius here down this stretch, and we certainly thank them for that. The Friars trailing by 2 at the break, and it's been kind of what we expected, a defensive struggle. Both teams trying to impose their will on the other, but we'll have to see the adjustments made at the half. So now we're going to check in on a feature led by Megan Caffrey, who was able to check in with a couple of Butler players earlier this week.
Welcome into the Big East studios, the Butler Bulldogs guard Whitney Jennings and center Tori Schickel. Thank you so much for joining me, and Happy New Year.
Absolutely, Happy New Year.
With wins over Villanova and Georgetown this weekend, your team is off to your first ever 2-0 start in conference play. How does this undefeated start show the growth of this Butler squad?
Yeah, I mean, I think we had a great non-conference, so we're excited to, start Big East play 2-0. But, I think it just goes back to, the standards we set, following the end of last season and in the summer and the fall, and how hard we've been working. So we're excited to see all of that, paying off, and just hoping to continue that as the year goes along.
What were those standards that you set?
I think coming in every day and just working as hard as you could. I think, starting conditioning last spring, we knew we wanted to be the most conditioned team out there every single day. We really wanted to work on some of our weaknesses individually, and then coming together and, switch up kind of some of the things that we were doing defensively and making that a focus for us coming into our games, and then offensively just doing what we do every day.
Those 2 games were road games that you won this weekend. So how does a road sweep in the Big East set the precedent for what's to come of this team in conference play?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're an experienced team. You know, we start 3 seniors and 2 juniors, so I think having that experience, and we've been through this, the Big East season is a grind, but we know that we're very capable of going on the road and getting 2 wins in a weekend. So, yeah, I think knowing we're confident in that and our experience and, you know, how much growth we've had over the last couple of years.
With all of that experience, there's a lot of chemistry on your team too. How would you describe the chemistry amongst yourselves?
I think right now, you know, it's just really fun. We're all trying to keep it really light. We're really close with each other. The locker room's a lot of fun right now. You know, obviously winning helps that a lot, but it's just a fun environment to be around. And I think, you know, it's one of the first times that everyone on our team has clicked really well. So we're just excited in the direction that we're going and to have fun with each other every single day.
Who on the team keeps it the lightest?
Oh, I'd say probably Kat Strong. She's pretty much clowns around a lot, but she knows when to take it seriously too. But she's fun to have around.
We actually have quite a few characters.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's a fun atmosphere, and I think, you know, one thing that's really helped our success is we're just really invested in each other, and, you know, I don't know. I just think when everyone cares about everyone, and you're so happy to see Tori score 20 or Michelle score 20 or whatever, you know, as long as we get the win at the end of the night, it's a happy locker room for sure.
Coach Godlewski talked a lot about your defense after these past 2 wins specifically, saying you guys really dug in. How would you describe the defensive effort that you've been putting into?
Yeah, I think that's really kind of what we focused on the whole offseason. We knew that was where we were going to have to dig in. You know, a lot of times we can score on people, but it's if we can get stops, and that's really kind of what sets our pace for our offense. So, you know, being able to dig in and get stops is really important for us. And then, you know, basing it off of what we do instead of what other teams are doing offensively, and really just sticking to our principles is really important for us moving forward.
What do you do offensively?
Well, offensively, I think right now we're getting a lot of inside-out touches, which is really nice. You know, they're doubling Will in post, which makes gives a lot of our other guards open shots, which is they've been knocking down really well. And just getting a lot of that ball movement and taking care of it and playing at our pace is really important for us right now.
Being able to play inside out is really what we want to do, and just taking care of the ball and making smart decisions. And yeah, we're really confident in that right now.
And you're home for your next 2 games this weekend against Seton Hall and St. John's. What are you looking forward to staying home this weekend?
Yeah, we haven't been in Hinkle since like the 17th maybe, so it's been a while. So we're excited to get back, play in front of, you know, our home crowd. We have 2 really tough opponents coming in, but we're excited for the challenge, and you know, we're to build on our 2-0 record and see what we can do.
It's the new year, 2019. What are some maybe resolutions that you 2 have?
Oh, I think
I was asked that the other day, actually. For me, I would say maybe try to spend like less time on social media and try to save money too. That's always a big one.
Speaking my language, yeah.
Definitely. I don't know. And I think for me, like, I don't know, just always having that positive attitude in schoolwork and, like, you know, making those relationships, new friendships. I don't know, just kind of continuing from 2018 and making it better in 2019.
Play for Big East championship maybe in there?
Absolutely. That's,
of course.
Yes, absolutely.
NCAA tournament,
NCAA
Big
training.
East championship. Those are definitely some goals on our horizon.
And now it's all about checking them off the list. Tori, Whitney, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
It's time to fuel your ambitions by taking charge of your student debt. At SoFi, we've helped over 250,000 people refinance their student loans, saving thousands of dollars. Now you can pay off your student loans faster and reach your goals sooner. See how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/save.
Divine Providence. It's a reason why Providence is making that trajectory toward greatness.
If we get you on this campus and you just walk around for an hour or so, you're going to feel something that's qualitatively different.
Providence College is a place that has helped people think, thrive, and achieve. Divine Providence is right here. Open your eyes.
It's time to fuel your ambitions by taking charge of your student debt. At SoFi, we've helped over 250,000 people refinance their student loans, saving thousands of dollars. Now you can pay off your student loans faster and reach your goals sooner. See how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/save.
Divine Providence. It's a reason why Providence is making that trajectory toward greatness.
If we get you on this campus and you just walk around for an hour or so, you're going to feel something that's qualitatively different.
Providence College is a place that has helped people think, thrive, and achieve. Divine Providence is right here. Open your eyes.
And welcome back to Mulaney Gym here inside Alumni Hall in Providence, where we are at the half. Big East home opener for the Friars, and they trail the Hoyas by 2. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Early on, the Hoyas going to Dorothy Adamako early and often. Had 7 points in the first quarter for the Hoyas. Yo-Yo Nogic stepping back to drill her first 2 points of the night. And then it was Olivia Orlando getting to the bucket for a deuce. On the other end, checking in was Nicola Kovachikova. And then Alyssa Geary for the Friars that banked in 3 at the tail end of the first quarter. And then it was Deanna White time.
I'll tell you what, the Friars held White to only 2 points in that first quarter. She ended up with 11 at the half, and she can score in a variety of plays. Make no mistake, her best attack is getting all the way to the rim. If you don't stop the basketball, she has one path, and she's determined to get there. So we did see a lot of her versatility offensively. And then for the Friars, Yo-Yo, we said it, she does it better than anybody in Friar history. And how about right off the bench? Great length and really good instincts chasing those offensive boards.
Absolutely. So we've had a chance to pour over some of the statistics from the first half. And you know, one thing that I think would worry Coach Crowley and his staff has got to be the 10 turnovers.
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure. We got to credit Georgetown for that defensive intensity. They're very quick. They're a physical team. But Providence, 10 turnovers has led to 11 points in transition. The other thing is, you talk about 5 lead changes. We talked about the possession by possession. Both teams struggling to shoot the basketball. So you have to continue to contest shots, really make your opponent work, and capitalize when you have opportunities.
Absolutely. So plenty of fans here in attendance checking this one out, including members of the Providence men's team and the Providence women's hockey team. We'll be back with more from here at Alumni Hall. This is Big East basketball on Fox Go, presented by SoFi.
It's time to fuel your ambitions by taking charge of your student debt. At SoFi, we've helped over 250,000 people refinance their student loans, saving thousands of dollars. Now you can pay off your student loans faster and reach your goals sooner. See how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/save.
Divine Providence. It's a reason why Providence is making that trajectory toward greatness.
If we get you on this campus and you just walk around for an hour or so, you're going to feel something that's qualitatively different.
Providence College is a place that has helped people think, thrive, and achieve. Divine Providence is right here. Open your eyes.
It's time to fuel your ambitions by taking charge of your student debt. At SoFi, we've helped over 250,000 people refinance their student loans, saving thousands of dollars. Now you can pay off your student loans faster and reach your goals sooner. See how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/save.
Divine Providence. It's a reason why Providence is making that trajectory toward greatness.
If we get you on this campus and you just walk around for an hour or so, you're going to feel something that's qualitatively different.
Providence College is a place that has helped people think, thrive, and achieve. Divine Providence is right here. Open your eyes.
And welcome once again to Mulaney Gym here in Providence, where we are at the half and time to welcome in once again the third member of our team, Thomas Zinzarella, with some of the insights from head coach Jim Crowley.
Providence head coach, Coach Crowley, wanted his Friars in that first half at times to limit turnovers, as he believes that can also lead the transition game for Georgetown, which is a very good positive for them, and that's what they want to try to do in this game. He also emphasized inside the huddle that he wanted his team to limit the rebounds on the offensive end, because that's what Georgetown has been getting so far in that first half. They have 8 offensive rebounds. Coach Crowley preaching to me before the game that he believes that good offense will lead to good defense. Back to you, Mike.
And certainly good offense could lead to good defense and vice versa as well. There's Coach Crowley in the huddle with his team right now, and you got to imagine the Friars pretty happy about where they are, considering how lopsided this series has been over the last decade or so.
Well, you mentioned it earlier. 20 of 22 contests have gone in favor of Georgetown in this matchup, and the most recent contests have been 20-plus point wins for Georgetown. So you're absolutely right. This is a game where one of the things Coach Crowley said to us, we want to see how resilient we are coming off that tough DePaul Marquette weekend. So I think job well done so far, the first half for this Friar team.
And the Friars with the ball to start the third quarter, and a chance to tie or perhaps take the lead. The Yo-Yo Nogic will get it into Williams, and here we go. Nogic using the screen from Baskerville. Fires up the 3 and hits from downtown, and just like that, the Friars on top.
Man, you know, she can shoot it. What do you think? 3, 4, 5 steps beyond the arc. She's got great range, and her rotation on the basketball is just beautiful to watch.
Yeah, she is absolutely fearless when it comes to shooting the ball, and Georgetown able to get things going on the other end as we get the return of Anita Kalava, who picked up 2 fouls in the opening 2 minutes of the game, sat the rest of the way. So it'll be interesting to see how her addition back into the lineup helps the Hoyas here in the second half.
Absolutely, and Benson with the ball in her hands. You mentioned she came alive a little bit at the end of that second quarter. Starting this third quarter very aggressively with that take to the basket.
Friars now will work it up the floor. Staring at a 2-point deficit. Williams flips it outside. Here's Jolin for 3. Got it.
And that's exactly what Coach Crowley wants out of Chanel Williams. We know you can get by people off the bounce. We want you facilitating first let your shot come to you. That was a great look and certainly a great finish by Jolin.
And then the hustle by all 5 Friars to get back defensively, as they do not want to allow any transition game for the Hoyas when possible. Here's Adamako for 3, and she says, whatever you can do, I can do better.
Yeah, with the answer.
Smooth stroke that time from Dorothy Adamako, the grad student from Virginia.
And that's when you have to know the game plan, right? Orlando has to know she's got to get up tight on that 3-point line with Adamako's range.
Jolin now trying to split the D, loses the handle. Vinson now the other way, whips it inside. Adamako on the run, a little too hard off the glass. And a lot of contact there. They're gonna say no foul, but last touched by the Hoyas, and Williams a little bit gimpy getting up.
Well, and Kay Lava, that could have been her 3rd that time. Very aggressive underneath the basket. No call, Providence basketball.
So we'll see if Williams is at all slowed down by that last contact underneath the hoop.
Yeah, you can see the cushion White's giving Williams.
Nogic now, face guarded this time by Adamako. Another tough challenge by Kay Lava. Nogic though saying, whatever.
I'll tell you what, again, not bad defense. You want to force somebody to go further than they want to off that screen. Kay Lava was in position. Nogic just a little bit using that senior experience to create that extra space.
The Friars getting it done from the perimeter here in the 3rd quarter thus far. Adamako, who had a great start to the 1st quarter. It's relatively quiet in the 2nd, and there we have another foul on the Friars. They're going to get it on Olivia Orlando, sophomore from Winthrop, Massachusetts.
Well, Yo-Yo needs 20 points to move up another spot. She's chasing Lucy Fontanella from New Jersey, who came in at 1,446 points.
Yeah, 9 points will get her there tonight. At least a tie for that 8th spot all time. If she continues to ascend the ranks, and some of the names she's passed this season include someone you might have heard of, Doris Burke.
Yeah, I believe so. Doris Sable, when she played here, see her jersey hanging in the rafters. Again, one of the best broadcasters in the business, and she stays around the team. She's connected to this program. Quite an inspiration for these young women.
Yeah, she was here the game before Yo-Yo surpassed her on the list. Yo-Yo needed 1 more point to get there and just didn't get it done in that particular game. Vinson hits from the line, and the Hoyas back up by 1. Nogic now is feeling it early on. And is looking for Webb there, cutting on the baseline with the pass a little bit too far in front.
Yeah, Webb had the right idea. Run through the basketball. Look at the attention Nogic gets when she gets the ball now, Mike. Watch how many Hoyas surround her every trip.
Well, and that's what makes her scoring kind of remarkable here at Providence. She's had to shoulder the load for basically all 4 years that she's been here. And she still is able to get it done on a nightly basis.
She's found ways to score. She's had to add dimensions to her game, being able to put the ball on the floor being first and foremost.
Nice little pass that time by Adamako, but a little bit of happy feet by Brianna Jones. Another one of those transfer students. Started out at Louisville, sat out last year, and now has cracked the starting lineup for head coach James Howard.
Yeah, making her 7th start tonight. She's been quiet. See if she comes live in the 2nd half.
Webb, a nice looking jumper that time, able to create a little bit of separation from the defense.
I'll tell you what, the guard coaches love that, those position coaches. That was beautiful. That's just how you teach it. Nice rotation. They're certainly high on this freshman from Michigan.
And another travel on the Hoyas. Leads to some more frustration for Georgetown. Friars looking for what would be considered an upset even this early in the season.
Well, if you look at the preseason rankings, right? Providence preseason number 9, Georgetown preseason number 5. I know the coaches don't put a lot of stock in that, but if you look at it on paper, this would be characterized as an upset.
Webb in the corner for 3, hits again, and the Friars bench erupts. Friars feeling it from the perimeter. Now for the game, 7 of 15 and have not missed from beyond the arc here in the third.
Yeah, Webb's playing about 19 minutes a game, and Coach Crowley said she's still adjusting to the speed of the college game, but she might be making a big move tonight because she looks pretty good and pretty calm and collected.
Adamako the miss, and Webb will reset the offense through Williams. And Webb in her first game this year, 15 points. It was the most for a freshman debut since Sarah Beal did it back in 2013 where she poured in 20. So right from the get-go, Webb making an impact for the Friars.
Yeah, memorable night.
Yo-Yo Nogic, partially blocked by White, but that's because she was fouled. So Yo-Yo Nogic, one of the better free throw shooters for the Friars, will head to the line, shooting 2. Nogic now to 11 points on 4 of 10 shooting, including 3 threes. First one is perfect.
I'll tell you what, if you're a young player and you're watching the game tonight, this is a lesson to be learned. She does the same rhythm. She has the same routine, one of the best free throw shooters in the country, usually annually. Great rotation on the basketball. And again, just adding to that scoring total. Finds a way to score. She finds a way to get to that line and make big shots.
So 6-point lead, the largest of the night for the Friars, as they look for their first Big East win of the season. Kovachikova now leaves it on the outside for Adamako. Back up top for Vincent. He had to elevate to catch up with that pass. Tough three, won't go, and Nogic the rebound. Shooting touch has left Georgetown here in the third quarter. Friars trying to take advantage. Williams will reset, get a new play from Coach Crowley.
Yeah, that's part of her maturity, right? It wasn't there. Back it up, reset, run your half court.
And Webb trying to force it into Nogic, and I think they're going to get a foul on Yo-Yo Nogic. Tough one against her as the Georgetown player was falling out of bounds. Nogic nowhere near foul trouble, but turnover for the Friars brings us to a break in the action. We'll step aside as well. You're watching Big East basketball here on Fox Go, presented by SoFi.
It's time to fuel your ambitions by taking charge of your student debt. At SoFi, we've helped over 250,000 people refinance their student loans, saving thousands of dollars. Now you can pay off your student loans faster and reach your goals sooner. See how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.
Divine Providence. It's a reason why Providence is making that trajectory toward greatness.
If we get you on this campus and you just walk around for an hour or so, you're going to feel something that's qualitatively different.
Providence College is a place that has helped people think, thrive, and achieve. Divine Providence is right here. Open your eyes.
It's time to fuel your ambitions by taking charge of your student debt. At SoFi, we've helped over 250,000 people refinance their student loans, saving thousands of dollars. Now you can pay off your student loans faster and reach your goals sooner. See how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/save.
4:44 left here in the third quarter. Mike Mancuso alongside Pam Roker, and it's been a great one here in Providence so far. Close all the way with the Friars, their largest lead of the game right now, 42-36. Thanks in large part to the scoring of Yo-Yo Nogic.
Tell you what, 5 for 5 so far in this third quarter, shooting the basketball very well. Let's not forget about the contribution by the freshman Webb. they look to be in good rhythm offensively. Georgetown still trying to find that flow that Coach talked about. Benson came out aggressive, but White still working every trip. She does it quietly, though, right? She ended up with the 11 points in the half toward her 15-point per game average, but they're still looking for some balance.
Yeah, they're looking for perhaps Benson to step up a little bit more. Had a very low-scoring first half. Adamako carrying a load as well with 12 points for Georgetown. Here's Benson slicing right through the lane, and there she is, right on cue.
Well, and that's a great take, right? They're playing 5 out. They have tremendous spacing, a lot of shooters on the floor, puts a lot of pressure on the Providence defense to defend the bounce.
Nogic from way downtown, and that perhaps a little too overly ambitious, even for a shooter like Nogic, and unfortunately for Providence, hitting the shot clock, and that'll go over to the Hoyas. Benson now running the point with White on the bench.
Look at the spacing, 5. We got a low post now, 4 out, 1 in.
Rovachikova.
Looking for the mismatch.
Benson now, stared down by Webb, slings it across. Smith lets it fly. Baskerville able to haul in the rebound as she was challenged by Kalava.
Yeah, Mary's been quiet. 2 small guards on the court for the Friars. Georgetown looking to take advantage of the mismatch size-wise.
Williams leaves it for Webb. And she'll reset now through Williams, down to 10 on the shot clock. Williams trying to get to the rack and is fouled on the way in. Another tough tumble. And Williams has absorbed a lot of tough hits over the course of this season. Last weekend, I believe it was against Marquette, got knocked right in the mouth and had to check her teeth a couple times after that one. Was definitely shaken up, but one of the grittier, tougher players that has passed through here at Alumni Hall in recent memory for sure.
Jim Crowley loves that New York City toughness. Called her a fighter and felt like she was such an important get last year when she joined the squad. To bring that energy, he said she's a hard worker and that work ethic is contagious. She's in the gym all the time. Boy, and that's what you need out of your point guard. You need that leadership in terms of whether it's by example or verbally, and Chanel Williams is fitting that bill.
Comes up empty on the second free throw, but Friars still with a 5-point cushion. Benson leaving it. Wachikova. Now they go inside, Adamako. Back for Benson as they play inside-outside. And back inside, Adamako nearly traveled. Here's Benson for 3. The high arcer is a little bit short, and Nogic the rebound.
Yeah, crowd wanted the travel.
Webb in the corner, leaves it for Williams. Trying to spin through the lane and got tangled up with Benson that time. No foul called. And it winds up going
she's
down
fearless
as a
in
turnover.
terms of trying to take the ball to the basket. That time the official determined she just lost her balance. She does get going pretty quick.
Yeah. She does play at a very tough pace, and Benson, as that time Georgetown thinking that maybe Webb got a little bit of a push off there with the forearm.
Yeah,
but
we're going to keep an eye on Vincent. She's also pretty aggressive offensively.
So it goes down as just stepping on the sideline. No fouls given out there. The Friars with 2.5 to go here in the third. Chance to add to their lead. Kayla Webb hit a couple of big shots already tonight.
Physicality increasing.
Geary, who does have range from the perimeter, skips it across for Williams. Williams in the lane, forces up a circus shot, won't go. Orlando tried to bail her out, but it's Adamako who comes up with it. Benson inside and deflected away by Geary. His intended target that time was Anita Kalava. Jolin back in, as is Erlette Scott, and finally the return of Deanna White, who's gotten a pretty lengthy rest there on the bench.
Yeah, and this is flexibility with the bench Crowley didn't have last year for Providence. So important in an up-tempo game like this. You want to keep players as fresh as you can, especially when defense is your bread and butter, and you need that effort at the end of the court every time.
Adamako under 2 minutes to play will give way to Kovachikova. Webb out the challenge. White now. off the glass and in, and you almost get the feeling that White can get to the rim whenever she wants.
I'll tell you what, such good body control, right? She's in the air, she hangs, she lets Joel clear, and has the great concentration with the kiss off the backboard.
Nogic calling out for a screen. Geary finally comes out to help her. Friars already down to 10 now on the shot clock. Scott, a couple of steps down through the lane, but forced up a wild one. White now the other way. Initiating the contact, took it right in at Scott, but Scott was still backpedaling. Crafty move there by the veteran White.
That's another look. Preseason first team all-conference selection. She likes the backboard, she has the soft touch. We know she's got the handle, she's got the quickness.
So Scott will check out. Back in comes Williams. But White a chance for the three-point play. She's up to 15 now on the night.
Yeah, you can start to feel the Hoyas picking it up, right? Physicality, intensity, offensive intent in terms of really attacking.
Well, now it's another one of the maturity tests, as Coach Crowley has called it all season long. Pair of freshmen out there in Webb and Geary right now.
Yeah, mini run for Georgetown.
How will they respond? The Friars had a 6-point lead. That's gone down to 0 right now. The team's all knotted up. And Jolin trying to cut on the baseline, but deflected away by the Hoyas. It'll stay with the Friars.
Yeah, good reaction on the backdoor cut. Sometimes interior passing, it's too close, it's too tight. There's just no room to set your teammate up for success.
Friars managed to get it in for Geary. Now Nogic on the perimeter, down to 5 on the shot clock. Kalava out the challenge. And we're able to come up with a rejection. It's going to be a shot clock violation. Big time block that time from Anita Kalava.
Nogic going to get a little rest. That goes down as another turnover.
Deanna White and the Hoyas with about a 13-second differential here with the game clock and shot clock. White stepping past everybody and starting to heat up. 3 straight hoops for Deanna White.
Hey, you got to keep yourself between Deanna White and the basket. Friars that time uncharacteristically broken down defensively. That was a little bit too easy.
Yeah, and definitely White, always one of the primary focuses for a team defensively, and I'm sure Coach Crowley and his staff not going to be happy about that little breakdown at a clutch time. Jolin gets hit from all sides and will head to the line shooting 2. With just 7.6 left on the clock here in the third quarter. Again, Jolin's one of the better free throw shooters for the Friars.
I would say 93% from the free throw line, Mike. Good call. And we didn't jinx her.
Thank goodness for that for the Friar fans listening at home. So Jolin now, chance to tie things up. And the senior leaders from Rehoboth, Massachusetts does just that. But now Georgetown, a chance for a buzzer beater of their own to close out the third. No surprise who has it. White puts it up. A little short. Orlando the rebound, and that's how the third quarter will end. Well, it has been even throughout, and it remains even with the teams tied at 45 through 3 quarters of play. We'll be back with the fourth quarter. You're watching Big East basketball here on Fox Go, presented by SoFi.
It's time to fuel your ambitions by taking charge of your student debt. At SoFi, we've helped over 250,000 people refinance their student loans, saving thousands of dollars. Now you can pay off your student loans faster and reach your goals sooner. See how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/save.
Divine Providence. It's a reason why Providence is making that trajectory toward greatness.
If we get you on this campus and you just walk around for an hour or so, you're going to feel something that's qualitatively different.
Providence College is a place that has helped people think, thrive, and achieve. Divine Providence is right here. open your eyes.
And welcome back to Mulaney Gym here in Providence. Time to send it back over to Thomas Zinzarella, who's got some information on Michaela Benson.
Many people know that Michaela Benson, of course, for Georgetown, she transferred from Virginia, but not that many people know is that while she was in high school, she was actually trained by her dad, Michael. Michael, of course, played college basketball, division level for Georgetown itself and James Madison. Her father actually played for 1 year under head coach John Thompson, excuse me. John Thompson, of course, played college basketball right here in Providence. And so she took a lot of what her dad learned from John Thompson, and that's how she grew up the game of basketball, not at the AU level or at the private high school level, but from her dad itself. Back to you.
Thank you, Thomas, and definitely basketball in Benson's family blood for sure. And that is someone that I'm sure Coach Howard would love to see step up here and maybe take over this fourth quarter for Georgetown.
Absolutely. What a physical guard. She's great with the basketball. She's got a good handle. She's got a soft touch when she gets to the rim. And we know she's got that experience. She's a grad student. She's a captain. Her second year with the Georgetown program. That's a nice clear-out play. That's designed offense right there.
Gianna White taking advantage of the situation. 20 points now for White. And I think that might be 8 or 10 straight for her for the Hoyas.
Yeah, it's her 12th consecutive game with double figures. No surprise there.
See how the Friars respond. Kayla Webb tries to get on the inside. Puts up the finger roll, but does it rattle out. Usually don't see that many drives from Webb to the hoop like that. More of a spot-up shooter. Kaylava trying to get going. Races right past Geary, but a little too strong off the glass. Orlando nearly traveled. Geary will leave it off for Williams. We'll change up the play.
Nogic still on the bench, getting a little bit extra breather for the stretch run.
And coaches love to do that, get you out before the end of a quarter and keep you out a little bit.
Players don't like it. They're like, I'm ready to go.
Oh, yeah. Players never want to be taken out. So off the miss, it'll be out of bounds on the Friars.
Yeah.
And that rest was short-lived for Nogic.
And Baskerville back in, and Mike, we talked about her, obviously the great potential. She's got 9 rebounds, only played 17 minutes, only 2 points. The young lady's been on quite a tear in terms of double-figure performances. Can Mary Baskerville become a factor in this fourth quarter?
Yeah, those have been some very quiet 17 minutes as a big hit from the outside. Brianna Jones, just her 9th three-pointer of the season, but a big one here for the Hoyas.
Yeah, her first points of the basketball game.
Williams now on the Friars. Trying to battle back, down by 5. An 11-point swing over the last 6-7 minutes of game time. As the Friars had built their largest lead of the night. Nogic loses the handle and things starting to slip away a little bit. Let's see if perhaps Coach Crowley calls a timeout to settle things down.
Yeah, the Friars need to stop. You certainly don't want this margin to get too far extended. Georgetown with a little bit more firepower across the board. We've seen their spurt ability.
Adamako hits the jump shot. It's such a casual-looking shot. And there's the timeout that I think we were expecting from Coach Crowley, as he's sensing this one perhaps starting to slip away. We'll step aside as well with Georgetown leading Providence 52-45. We'll be back with more Big East basketball here on Fox Go, presented by SoFi.
It's time to fuel your ambitions by taking charge of your student debt. At SoFi, we've helped over 250,000 people refinance their student loans. saving thousands of dollars. Now you can pay off your student loans faster and reach your goals sooner. See how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/save.
Divine Providence. It's a reason why Providence is making that trajectory toward greatness.
If we get you on this campus and you just walk around for an hour or so, you're going to feel something that's qualitatively different.
Providence College is a place that has helped people think, thrive, and achieve. Divine Providence is right here. Open your eyes.
It's time to fuel your ambitions by taking charge of your student debt. At SoFi, we've helped over 250,000 people refinance their student loans, saving thousands of dollars. Now you can pay off your student loans faster and reach your goals sooner. See how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/save.
So a 7-0 run here to start the fourth quarter has put Georgetown on top of the Friars 52-45. Coach Crowley forced to call timeout and talk things over as they've got to figure out a way to get back to their offensive flow.
I'll tell you what, the Hoyas have turned up the heat. They're second in the Big East in points allowed. They only give up 55.2 per game, and they have really locked down the Friars. You take away the trips to the free throw line, and they have just not been able to convert. A lot of attention being paid to Yo-Yo. She can't get open. And certainly you got to credit the Hoyas for turning up that intensity. And for Deanna White coming alive.
Absolutely. White has really taken over this game. And, you know, the Friars haven't scored for about 8 minutes now, or at least from the field. They've scored a couple of free throws.
And they're still in the basketball game, which is the greatest news.
And I'm sure that's what Coach Crowley was telling them. Like, okay, put the last couple of minutes out of your mind. We got to get back into our rhythm here and see what we could do. And the Friars, though, just looking a little bit out of sync here in the fourth as Williams somehow able to stay in, then takes a tumble as tied up ball will stay with the Friars. However, just 3 seconds on the shot clock as Georgetown doing a great job getting after it defensively.
Yeah, they're just everywhere right now. Really aggressive, hands, talking, moving their feet.
They go to Baskerville, the freshman, left it short, and the rebound goes to White. White bounces it off her foot, but is able to regroup with a little sly smile on her face. Strange pass there from Adamako, but perhaps that was because Kaylava was shoved out of the way by Baskerville.
Yeah, you talk about White. Coach Howard said she's a real quiet player, real quiet leader with a big motor and a big heart, and you can see it. I mean, she just lets the game come to her, and when it's her time, she has the ability to take over a contest, which we've seen here, especially in the second half.
Here's White once again with the basketball. Slings it over for Kaylava, gets Baskerville out of the way, and then cans the jumper.
I mentioned Kaylava, transfer from the University of Maine. She was a starter, played in all 34 games, obviously, for them. So comes in with experience. She's on the Croatian national team. Pretty good-looking jumper.
Well, and really good on the defensive end as well. Came into the game #1 in blocks in the Big East. Adamako lost the handle, thanks in part to Olivia Orlando. But possession will stay with the Hoyas.
Orlando, got to give her some credit. Coach Crowley said she's a deceptive athlete, able to get back and at least make the Hoyas work on this inbounds play.
They work it in for Adamako, puts up the jumper, and again, that smooth-looking casual shot.
What, you got to get tighter. I mean, Dorothy's proved that she can hit it. She's just smooth. I mean, like you said, you called it earlier, she makes it look really easy. And if you're Coach Howard, you love that 5th year of experience on the floor.
So all of a sudden, what was a 6-point Providence lead is an 11-point deficit and another turnover.
Yeah, Baskerville, you can tell she's clearly frustrated. She's fighting for low post positioning. Just too aggressive as she tried to establish.
Well, perhaps here is where we see some of the experience and the leadership of some of these senior players for the Hoyas starting to really have an impact on this game. Adamako that time a little long. Baskerville the rebound and then gets run over by White. And we'll see who they get the foul on.
Well, Coach Howard talked about how White can get up. You got the 5'5" White going up for the ball with the 6'3" Baskerville.
Well, Baskerville had it at first. White ripped it out of her hands and was able to draw a foul on Baskerville. And there it is, yep. Kind of tripped her up, pulled her down, all of the above.
I guess she didn't go up for it, but she did tie her up.
And they will get Baskerville out of the game as that was her 4th personal foul. Becomes really the only player in serious foul trouble for either side.
And her foul trouble was really a factor on that Midwest road trip.
Adamako just gliding through the lane that time. Another bucket for her. She has 18 on 7 of 15 shooting from the field. Nogic is going to have to start leading the charge for the Friars and got it to roll in.
Yeah, it's a good step through.
A little shuffle down the lane pays off for Nogic.
European flair.
Adamako a little short on the 3, and it'll go to the Friars. Erlet Scott will return to the floor for Providence. Orlando getting a rest. Clara Che also back out there now for the Friars. Perhaps she could bring some veteran leadership to the floor. Cooper denied on the inside by Kalava. And White now will do her thing against Webb. And how many times did she pivot down the lane?
Twice. You said it. She's doing her thing.
Again, can basically get to the basket whenever she wants and just certainly picks her moments. 22 points now for White.
Well, and she's the reigning Big East Defensive Player of the Year as well, so you love it when your best players play both ends of the court.
An ambitious pass initially blocked down by Scott, but then picked up by Adamako. Gets it on the inside, and let's see an offensive foul. Adamako kind of getting that arm up into Scott.
We'll see if the officials choose to review this.
Well, they'll certainly have a chance as there is a timeout on the floor. We'll step aside as well with the Hoyas leading this one by 13. You're watching the Big East on Fox Go, presented by SoFi.
It's time to fuel your ambitions by taking charge of your student debt. At SoFi, we've helped over 250,000 people refinance their student loans, saving thousands of dollars. Now you can pay off your student loans faster and reach your goals sooner. See how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/save.
Divine Providence. It's a reason why Providence is making that trajectory toward greatness.
If we get you on this campus and you just walk around for an hour or so, you're going to feel something that's qualitatively different.
Providence College is a place that has helped people think, thrive, and achieve. Divine Providence is right here. Open your eyes.
And welcome back once again to Mulaney Gym here inside Alumni Hall in Providence, and Georgetown in control here, up by 13, looking for its second Big East win of the season. The Friars had a 6-point lead about midway through the third, but turnovers really plaguing the Friars here down the stretch.
Yeah, 16 turnovers for the Friars, but Georgetown really capitalizing in the paint. 30 points in the paint. So what does that mean? High percentage shots, great looks, the ability to get past and through on the dribble, attack the rim. And you've got a nice cold Providence team shooting the ball 1 for 6 from the floor in this fourth quarter. Still plenty of time, but they've got to convert.
Well, not only the turnovers killing the Friars on one end, but obviously Georgetown able to convert that into 19 points on the other end. Here's Webb, able to get good possession inside the lane. Webb now able to cut that deficit just a little bit more.
And 9 points for the rookie.
White, though, using a screen from K-Lava. Gets it back to K-Lava, who had the mismatch against Webb, but couldn't convert the shot.
Yeah, you have to see the difference. So when there's a screen or an exchange on the perimeter, the Hoyas are really jumping out in the lane. They're aggressively switching. Providence just a little bit of a step back, giving the Hoyas some space.
Scott trying to get to the rim and couldn't beat the twin towers of K-Lava and Adamako. Adamako will leave it in the corner for Jones. Her shot no good. Well, guess who's there again? White. Battled for a shot, but then couldn't come up with her own rebound. Webb the other way.
Adamako on Webb.
And White's going to pick up the foul this time, defending against Erlette Scott. And that is just the second personal on White tonight. Fresh 30 for the Friars, but doesn't matter too much now with just over 3 minutes left and facing an 11-point deficit. Going to need some buckets in a hurry here. Erlette Scott had to pick up the dribble, now has Spiewak.
Georgetown just doing a great job on the ball defensively.
And Webb loses the handle. And keep in mind the Friars with Nogic and Jolin on the bench right now, along with Chanel Williams.
Georgetown also playing that pack line defense, and K-Lava just stepped right in. It's about deflections, taking teams out of what they're trying to do offensively. I'm really impressed with this Georgetown team and their effort stopping the Friars.
A big time shot there by the freshman from Slovakia, Kovačíková. 5 points for her now, but the lead back up to 13.
Yeah, and I guess we should be impressed with their offensive attack as well.
And the foul before the shot from Che. They'll reset it for the Friars. Remain with a different looking lineup on the floor right now. We haven't seen too much of this combination this season. Webb, and the freshman versus senior matchup here, takes on White.
Look at how they jump out on that exchange.
Nowhere to go for Webb, and back the other way comes Kovačíková. Adamako lays it in for another hoop. She now has 20.
That's how the Hoyas want to play. Defensive stops, downhill to the basket.
Coach Howard earlier this weekend speaking to us, talking about how he wanted to push that tempo off of opponents' turnovers, get that transition offense going, and it certainly worked for them tonight. Cooper left it a little short, thought she was fouled. And this one slowly or more quickly now moving away from the Friars.
Yeah, sorry about that. But I was going to say they're a little bit above their scoring average, and it's one of the things Coach Howard talked to us about. He said, you know, I really thought we were going to be a little more solid offensively. Maybe this is the game that's going to help them turn the corner a little bit in terms of finding some other weapons. You know, you've got Adamako and you've got White.
Webb back the other way after the miss. After the miss and then make from White, who has 24 points to lead all scorers tonight. But even with 2 foul shots coming up, it's too little too late now for the Friars, down by 17. Obviously the largest lead of the night for the Hoyas.
Yeah, White's been on fire. She had 24 points, 12 rebounds versus Xavier.
And again, with the 7 assists and 7 steals in that game.
I'll tell you what, Coach, what a luxury to have a veteran point guard that produces those kind of numbers really night in and night out. Slow start, only 2 points in the first quarter. No panic out of Deanna White.
And she's not an overbearing player. She's able to pick and choose her moments, keep her teammates involved. Certainly a luxury for Coach Howard.
Well, she's really tough in a one-on-one guarding situation.
Lava to the rim, no good. A rebound to Scott with under a minute to play. Spiewak. Back up top for Cooper. And now Scott. Scott puts it up and in. At a 13-second differential now for the Hoyas in terms of the game clock and the shot clock. They are on their way to their second Big East win of the season. A big one is road games, as you mentioned, so hard to come by in this league. You better bring your A game every night against every team from top to bottom in the Big East.
Yeah, Coach Howard said we want to make sure the team believes we can do it. You want to split on the road. They were disappointed they didn't sweep the home games last weekend, but you're right, this is a good way to start their weekend trip.
Well, especially when this is perhaps the toughest road trip of the season, up to Providence and then across to Creighton.
Up to Nebraska.
So they certainly will have many things to go over after this game to be happy about, and a couple things to work on as well. But final score tonight, Georgetown 68, Providence 52. The Hoyas improved to 8-6 on the season overall, 2-1 in Big East play. The Friars fall to 8-7 on the year, 0-3 in the Big East. We'll step aside for just a few moments, and then we'll return to wrap things up. From here in Providence, this is the Big East on Fox Go, presented by SoFi.
It's time to fuel your ambitions by taking charge of your student debt. At SoFi, we've helped over 250,000 people refinance their student loans, saving thousands of dollars. Now you can pay off your student loans faster and reach your goals sooner. See how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/save.
Divine Providence. It's a reason why Providence is making that trajectory toward greatness.
If we get you on this campus and you just walk around for an hour or so, you're going to feel something that's qualitatively different.
Providence College is a place that has helped people think, thrive, and achieve. Divine Providence is right here. Open your eyes.
And back here in Providence, where the Georgetown Hoyas have just knocked off the Friars 68-52. Time to send it over to Thomas Zinzarella, who's standing by with Georgetown head coach James Howard.
Down here alongside Georgetown head coach. Coach, you're down as much as 6 in that third quarter. What did you change throughout that second half?
We changed it and put a little bit more quickness in. I moved Deanna White to the point guard, brought in Nikola Kovachikova, and she came in, gave us better defense, a lot more quickness, and I thought Dorothy and Deanna got things going, being very aggressive on the offensive side, and we started to defend. I thought we handled their outside shooters a lot better in that end of the third, going into the fourth, and that was probably the difference tonight.
Well, you mentioned Dorothy and Deanna. They're some of the best in the business. What did you think about their overall performance today?
I thought they were very aggressive, especially in that second half. Dorothy started the game being aggressive. Deanna, kind of finds her way, and when she's aggressive, we're good. We need her to be, both being seniors. We need that play. Michaela Vincent, played hard today, didn't make knocked down some shots for us, hit a big shot in the third. That helped, but I thought it's just the feel of the game, and I thought, you know, going with Nicola and that defense and getting a little bit more defensive accuracy on the floor really helped us.
Coach, you're now 2-1 in conference playing Big East. What's next for you and your squad?
I tell you, this is a tough Big East. Every game is a tough one. Big East is tough top to bottom this year. We're going into Creighton, who as well, they shoot the 3 ball. They're very good at what they do. It's going to be tough, but if we rally together and we play as a team and we keep attention to detail will be the biggest thing going forward. If we can do that, I like our chances.
Well, thank you very much, Coach. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Back up to you, Mike.
And thank you, Thomas. That was Thomas Cinzarella with head coach James Howard, who's got to be pretty happy about some of the things he saw from his squad, especially battling back from a 6-point third-quarter deficit and taking it home with a very impressive fourth quarter.
Yeah, the veterans took over, only 11 turnovers. The 2 stars, 24 and 20 points respectively with White and Adamako. Defense, absolutely the story in that second half for the Hoyas.
So the Friars will host Villanova here on Sunday at 1 p.m. The Hoyas will head out to Creighton for a 2 o'clock game on Sunday as well. That'll pretty much do it for us here in Providence. For Pam Roker, I'm Mike Mancuso saying good night from Mulaney Gym. We'll catch you next time.